Alrighty, guys, welcome back towards the 18th week of our algorithmic programming course in the programming language of Python, a Tech Bytes program where every single Monday we have been working towards a new problem, solving it and problem solving it, visualizing it in the language of Python. We've done whiteboarding, we've done a bunch of problems over these past 18 weeks. It's been a wild journey. We're at the 4.5 month mark, and now making a transition towards building up our own toolbox of skills more throughout the end of May. So, as always, thank you guys so much for coming out here today. But first things first, we gotta get started off with our meme wars. You guys know
who are you war against? I don't see Lobby.
Well, you know, Lobby's not here. If somebody wants to drop a quote in the chat, well, I'll go up against them. How about that? Because I don't think Lobby's updated hers for now. So I'll share mine. You guys know I'm Ryan Sneaky, a senior at Conan High School, only for 4 more days. So my meme is here is saying my code doesn't work. Let's change nothing and run it again. Now, this is so true because we've all experienced this together when we're working on Replit, and sometimes we just hit the run button multiple times and the error disappears. And that's sometimes just the way you got to attack the problems with programming. And usually you have to go through and look for an error, but it feels so nice when you don't have to and just the run button again and it all starts working. I'll open the floor up if anybody wants to share a quote in the chat or if they have something they want to show on camera.
Okay, so here's my quote. Hey, I found your nose. It was in my business.
Nice. Okay, we got Rishi. Anybody else? Stay hungry, stay foolish. Avanish, put wisely. Nice. Anybody else?
I can't share my screen, but I was gonna show you a meme.
Okay, yeah, just you know, recap what it is.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this. It's like several, but it's programmers looking at programming memes. Humor based on my pain. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah, and then there's another one. Me, I'm so sorry. My dog ate my homework. Computer science professor. Your dog ate your coding assignment. Me, professor. Me. It took him a couple of bites.
Oh, okay, well. If for those who don't understand, bytes is not saying like actual bytes to eat. It's a form of data, bytes, B-Y-T-E-S. So that is a good one as well. And Lobby should be coming in soon as well, but you guys know who Lobby is as well. We got the meme from last week. The floor is Java classic.
What?
Alrighty, so guys, let's get towards what we will be tackling on for today. Oh, we got one more quote from Chase.
Lobby just said that she's trying to join right now on this. Like she told me on Discord, but the link isn't perhaps working for her.
Yep, we just had Lobby join, so I know she has a new meme, but she is here.
Sorry for being late. Oh, and I think I will give the victory of the quote and meme word to Rayon today.
No, it's Lobby. Floor is Java.
Actually?
Wow.
Floor is Java.
Alliances. Wow, people have been switching up on us right here.
Excuse me?
Rayon wins.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I have a meme.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, can I share my screen?
Can you just like tell us what it is, like Rishi was doing?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, there's a photo of Pikachu making a surprised face, and it says me, sense programming meme, not non-programmer. That's not funny. And then there's me, and then there's like a picture of Pikachu doing like wah.
Putting some Pokemon in there. Nice. Well, that's a bit of a longer meme review today, but it's always good and jokes. Let's get to today's agenda. That being the highly anticipated summer program reveal is going to be happening today. We're going to talk about what we're going to be doing, guys, over the months of June and July, and then moving on towards our independent problem today, talking about our problem, giving you guys a template, and working together through that as well, answering any questions you guys have. But first things first, can I get a drum roll, please? A virtual drum roll, at least. Thank you, Chase. Thank you, Chase. And here is their reveal.
All right, so we will be having 4 programs in the summer. Yay, yay. And the first program, oh yeah, and then we'll be using JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. So it's all going to be web development. So on Mondays, every Monday will be Web Development Bell Day. So basically, you'll come and learn different things like how to actually write code. And in that class, we'll be teaching you how to write code, not just watch us write it. So everyone will be writing code and executing it in their IDE, Replit, or JS Fiddle, sorry. And then on every Tuesday, we're going to have a really cool addition. It's actually pretty new to Rayon and myself as well, but we thought it was really cool because it's MIT App Inventor. Basically, you guys will be, all of us will be making actual like apps that you can run on your phone, just using a QR code. You'll be putting buttons, images, and a lot of cool stuff on those apps. So that's Monday and Tuesday. Every Wednesday will be web project development. So similar to what we did with Python project development, we'll be creating full out projects using UI, buttons, images, and each project will have a purpose. So for example, we had Mastermind, and then the quiz game, and then the population simulation, something like that. And then every, or bi-weekly Thursday, so every other Thursday, will be video gaming hours. So you'll come chill with your friends, do what we have done, what we have been doing every other Friday, but it's going to be Thursday, so we will be giving you guys the long weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to enjoy it with your friends and family.
So like the video game hours every like by Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
So
By
every
Thursday.
other Thursday. So twice a month, Avanish.
Okay.
Like it is right now, yep. Like Lavdi was saying, these 3 programs are the main ones for, at least for
How are
June.
we gonna do the second one every Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm glad you guys are looking forward to it, or at least interested in it.
Can I go to the bathroom real quickly?
Yeah, go ahead. You don't need to ask us.
Sorry.
Alrighty, yeah, so those are the new programs. We'll be talking much more about them as the month of May comes to a close. But when May is coming to a close, it's going to be a quick reminder of the new timing, since summer will all be out of school. Let's have a couple more hours in the daytime, right? So all these programs will be going from 1 to 2 p.m. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday every week. So you'll be seeing them from 1 to 2 p.m. And also, we'll be taking the first week of June as sort of a break to transition to summer. You guys have graduation, whatever's going to be going on, right? And hopefully, and then we'll be starting on June 8th, the Tuesday, kicking it off with MIT App Inventor, creating our own apps.
I'll probably be at all of them.
First day you create apps. Yes.
Yeah.
First day starting off something new. So that should be exciting. So mark the date. Remember, first week's June is going to be an off week, and then June 8th, we'll be kicking it all off, 1 to 2 p.m. So hopefully you'll be seeing all of you guys there. Highly recommend you guys to come and spread the word. If you know people who are not currently doing this, and you know people who might be interested, tell them to come out. They don't got, it's no long-term commitment. You guys know you can come in, drop in whenever you want. We have fun, and hopefully they will have some fun too.
I'll probably be at all of them except for the first one, because because like if I try to learn JavaScript, it might mess with learning Python. So
Yeah, so that was the main thing. We've, by the end of this, end of the month of May, we would have done Python for 5 months. So we're just going to be switching it up, going towards something new with apps, and then more website creation. So hopefully you guys will be excited to see some physical products which you can create. So stay tuned for that.
I'm probably going to come to the MIT App Lab.
You have to.
Alrighty, sounds good. Well, we hope to see all you guys there, and hopefully some new people there as well. But
So
now,
what is that supposed to mean, Joe?
Did you see anything?
Joe gets 10%.
Oh, he gets the earnings? No, he shouldn't get it.
Alrighty, well,
Joe, okay.
50% from, well, already talking about some royalties. But now let's move on over and royal our way over towards the royal problem for the day.
And today's problem is, now keep in mind, you guys are going to be coding this, actually telling us what to write, But today's problem is find out how many occurrences of a number there are in an array. So there's an example right below. Suppose we have an array of these numbers. I'm not going to count how many there are, but there are a bunch. And suppose we want to find how many occurrences of the number 6 there are. The output would be it occurs 2 times. That's what we are trying to find, where the number 6 and the array will be our 2 inputs.
Exactly. So a bit of a simple problem, but the main thing is, again, building up our skill set. So we'll be seeing how that happens today and what we will need to make this problem and program this whole idea. You guys know the basics. First of all, a variable, and more specifically, we're going to need a counter variable to keep track of how many times a certain number occurs. So like in our example, we had the number 6. Number 6 occurred twice in this whole array. So we would need a counter variable which would keep track and increment by 1 whenever it sees a 6 in our array. Other than that, we're also going to need a
loops. So remember, this is a
I think it's
a pop quiz for you guys. Who can tell me what a while loop is used for? Remember, loops are you repeat things. There are 2 types of loops: for loop and a while loop. What are while loops used for?
While is like, so let's say you have an if and an else. So like, let's say the if works. So while it works, that's the loop basically.
Yeah, perfect. You explained it perfectly. So while a while loop runs until a condition is false. Now, sometimes we don't know how many times that's going to run. But for a for loop, what's different in a for loop versus a while loop? Remember, in a while loop, sometimes we don't know how many times the loop's going to go. But what do you guys think happens for a for loop?
you want to repeat it like that, like the number. Then you need to use a for loop.
Yeah. So if you know how many times you want to repeat a certain task, you want to use a for loop, exactly like Avani said. So to iterate means go through an array. Which loop do we use?
While.
Okay. Anyone agree or disagree?
So remember, guys, in our array, we know how many elements they're going to be, right? So when we're thinking about which one to go with, does that influence our decision by any chance?
I know for loop needs like for the numbers to repeat. And in the array, you want to see how much times the numbers repeats, I guess, for them.
Yeah, exactly. So what Avanish basically said is in a for loop, you know how many times you want to repeat an array. And in an you want to repeat an operation. And in an array, you have a certain length that you want to repeat the operation for every single element or variable inside that array. So yeah, we will be using a for loop today to iterate through our array. Now you guys have to remember this because you guys will be helping us, or actually you guys will be telling us what to write or what to type in Replit.
Exactly. And other than that, like, guys, we're going to need one more thing, that, of course, being some conditionals, because we are going to have to check when a certain number occurs. So we're going to have to check in our array. Say we're looking for the number 6 in all the numbers in our array. We're going to have to use a conditional, aka an if-else statement, to see if that number actually occurs. And if it does, then we're going to have to see what happens with our counter. If a number like 6 occurs in our array, then we have to add 1 to our counter to tell us that, hey, the number 6 occurred once more throughout our array. So those are going to be the 3 fundamental ideas which we're going to need today. And with those, how about we start coding?
Can you share the Replit?
Yep.
I will be the first again.
Pace already lining up at the 100-meter line. Here is the link. One second. There's a link.
Don't try to rickroll us.
Hey, stop! Don't try.
I
Don't
actually
do that.
clicked
Swear,
that.
I got all you guys. I
That
got
was a good try. That was a good try.
I got
I
all
know
you guys.
I know my rickrolls.
I picked it up.
Yes, same here.
Oh my gosh.
I thought
Everyone
it-
knows what they
The
are.
moment I saw it, it said YouTube, and I'm like, no,
Well,
no.
you know, I didn't
I
even
saw
read it. I
YouTube,
was
I
just
was like-
hovering over the spot where it would pop up, so I just clicked it. And then I saw Rick Astley, never gonna give you up.
For sure I got a couple of you guys right there. There we go. Well, there's the real link is now in the chat as well. I should maybe change the URL to some tiny URL, like Replit for
Hey,
today.
Chase didn't join.
I did. I'm in under another account.
I already joined first.
No,
I
that was actually
joined
me.
first. I was first.
No, no, I'm David V4. I was there first because I saw your thing come up.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I saw yours come up.
Then I was second. Then
Yeah, you
Okay.
were.
Alrighty, guys. Well, as you guys are coming in, here is a quick look at the template code we got going on. Firstly, our goal is to find the number of times a certain number is going to occur in a list, and we already got somebody typing away. And below, we're gonna have to look at these steps in a bit, but we have our array, and then we have the number we're gonna look for. And then we're gonna call this function, which its main purpose is gonna be to return to us how many times that number occurs in our array. So these are going to be two parameters which we're going to pass in. And in this case, since we're looking for the number 8, 8 occurs 5 times in this array. So then this function should return the number 5 to us because the number 8 is in our array 5 times. So now here are the steps which are going to be necessary to make this work. We already got somebody who wrote the first line, but firstly, we're going to need a counter variable. That counter variable is going to be responsible for keeping track of how many times does the number we're looking for occur in our array. So that is 100% correct. Whoever wrote the first line, we got.
I did.
Nice, Havanish. Yep, so we've got a counter initializing it to 0.
Make sure line 10 is tabbed in correctly.
Line
10.
Oh, okay, and I can get rid of this print statement. And guys, add any extraneous code right there as well. Alrighty, now guys, we're gonna move on towards our second step. That being need a loop, which is gonna iterate over each and every single element. So who can remind us what type of loop did we decide on? A for loop or a while loop?
Or
Yep, and Avanish, can you remind us why once again?
because we want to see like how many, like the specific number you want. You want to see how many times is it repeat in a certain array, and then like that for loop it examines like you want that specific number to repeat, so you have to use a for loop.
Yep, alrighty, great. So we're gonna use a for loop, and what we're gonna do is use a for loop, which something called a for each loop, which will allow us to look over, or actually we can just use a regular for loop and do that. So we can say is for x, like we've always done, for x in range of the length of our array, which we're passing in. So that's going to be called the new list as a parameter. And remember, like Avani said, the reason why we're using a for loop is because we know how long our array is going to be, meaning we know how many times our for loop will have to run, like that. So our for loop is going to be running over however many times we want it to, depending on the length of our array. Now we have to use step 3, which is use a conditional to see if the number occurs in our array. So
And you should do if count. I don't think you should do count. If x.
Okay.
Wait, someone run it.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll fix that at the end.
I think there will be a problem. Which X are you talking about, Avani?
Yes. Here, we'll make that Y.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, Avani, you're talking about the number we're passing in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Line
So-
13.
So what are we going to compare the number we're passing into? We have to check if it matches any of the elements in our array, right? So does anybody have an idea how we can do that?
Then if I see there's an array called original array, so then you should say if x in range of, is equal to original array.
So remember, that's the variable outside of the function. We're looking at the parameter, so it's going to be new list, but similar idea.
Oh, it's new list.
Now, if I were to do just new list, do we think that will work?
No, I don't think it's not gonna work.
Why
Because
is
it's
that?
just gonna see like if x is equal to like all the numbers in new list, like you want only one specific number.
Exactly. So that brings up a good idea, Avnish. We have to sort of look at every single number on itself, right?
Yeah.
Anybody remember how we can access an individual element in an array?
Append.
So append is a good idea. Append's like a way for us to add elements to an array. If we want to say access, so remember we have indexes. Who can remind us what's the first index? Is this what position is this? The number 8 at? You cut off there. Yep, Amelia saying 0th. Yep, so remember arrays always start out at the 0th index. So we're gonna have to look at every single index. So the way we do that, anybody remember what type of code we have to write to look at every single index?
I forgot how do you get each single part. How do you do it again?
So remember, like Avnish was saying, we can't just look at the whole array because that wouldn't make any sense. We're not going to be comparing our number to all these numbers. We have to compare it to every single number to see if it occurs in the array. So we use our array's name and then these two brackets. And then we add whatever index we're currently on. So this way, what this code is going to do is say if the number we want to look for is equal to the number we're currently looking at in our array. So this will start at 0. Look at the 0th position, which is the number 8. Look at the first position, which is the number 6. Look at the second position, which is the number 8. And then keep on going, so on and so forth, looking at every single element in our array and comparing it to check if it matches the number we are looking for. Now, that is step 3. But now step 4 is the major part of this program, which is saying if the number does occur, then we increment our variable. Anybody want to
And
think
you would
about
do like if new list y, if new list y is equal to whatever the number you want, then you do count plus 1.
Yep, go ahead, type it.
I can't edit it right now. That's why it says like it's not updating for me. That's why I'm just telling on the screen share.
Okay, that's all fine. Yep. So we would do count. What do you have in each count is?
Count plus 1 if whatever your number newest y is equal to like 6 or whatever you want.
Yep. So we're gonna be increment. So am I gonna? So you guys tell me which one is the right method. Am I just gonna do this then?
I'll count plus 1.
Yep. So this wouldn't work, right? Can anybody, other than Avanish? Avanish, you've been doing really good. I like it. Want to tell us why we wouldn't just say count equals 1?
Why we can't say count equals 1?
Yep.
Oh, because somewhere over here, it says that we should. Is there? I think there's. Because over on line 9 it says count equals 0, so you can't say count equals 1 if over there it says count equals 0. Pretty sure.
All right, and we also have Amelia, building on Amelia, saying that because there is a chance that there will be one more of the given value, and that is 100% correct. Amelia, you are telling us that the number we're looking for could occur more than once, and that is exactly why we have to do the counter is equal to the counter's previous value plus 1. So in the term of the number 8, right, we would find that the number 8 occurs in the first position, the 0th index of our array. So the counter is going to be at 1. And then the 6 is not equal to 8. And then it finds that the number 8 occurs again at the second index, meaning we're not going to set the counter equal to 1 again because that is telling us that it only occurred once, when in reality, we're going to increment the counter by 1, doing 1 plus 1, telling us that the number 8 has so far occurred twice in the first 3 numbers. Now we only got one last thing to do. That being step number 5, returning the counter variable. Anybody want to take a shot at what we got to do for that? It's quite literally what the directions have told
Return
us.
count.
Exactly. Oh, that caps line. We are just going to return our counter variable. And that should be it. So let's take a look and run our function. We have our original array, and then we're looking for the number 8. We should be outputted 5 times, so let's print. So remember, one thing about this code is that if I hit run, are we going to see anything get printed out right now if I just run this code?
I don't think so.
Exactly. And the reason, Avanish, is, can you tell us why? Can you give an idea?
Because when you say count,
Class. Coding or algorithmic programming 5:30 तक लिखा रहता है 5:30 तक होगा probably 5:30 तक होगा probably
you sure unmute.
Oops, that was that never happened.
No, it didn't.
It didn't happen. All
You're
good.
good.
Just cut it out of the recorder.
I'll check afterwards to see if they did.
Do you say print at the end?
Exactly. So that's the thing, right? We aren't saying print at the end. So we have to say, what we can do is, since this function is returning a value, we can store it in a variable. So I can say number times and hold however many times our number occurs. And then we can just print it out and say
Number times.
number occurs, and then just say number times in our array. So now if I hit run, we should see something get printed out. And here we go.
It says file main pi line 13 and count xi.
Yeah, let me refresh this.
There's something in line 27 and 13.
Alrighty, let's see. Name I, have we added the letter I somewhere?
Who is new 2021?
That's me.
Oh,
Wait, why did you change your name to Nunu 2021? You know, if you have to change your name, you can't change it back.
I didn't change my name. That's my GitHub username.
Oh.
There.
Oh, it's 2022. You're gonna say Nunu 2022.
Not really.
She'll be a year behind.
it works.
Yes, it does. We just saw that it told us our number 8 occurs 5 times in our array, and we can
I didn't see it.
I did.
It was just there.
So laggy.
Yeah.
Now it's not there anymore.
Is it just me, or was
Why is everything
less
highlighted?
laggy before? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there it is. Back up.
Okay, finally.
The .com, I think, stole all of their power. So there we go. Yep. The number occurs 5 times in our array. And like we said, the number 8 is happening 5 times in this array. So we can do this with any numbers as we want. We can do 5, 10, 1, 2, 3, however many we'd like, and then look for a number. So say we do 5. How many times does 5 occur? It occurs twice. Fair run. And we are told that the number occurs any day now.
Also, did Replit just replace like community, like the community tab with like apps?
I think.
The community.
Yeah, because that's like really like the community tab, and I don't see it anymore. Like I don't see the community tab. I think they
What?
just replaced it.
Oh. Well, there we go. We see at the number 5.
What's the community tab?
It was a tab in the Replit site that used to be there. I don't see it anymore.
What does it look like?
It was a tab that said community
Oh,
or communities or something like that.
Alrighty, guys. Well, there we go. That takes us to the end of the problem. A problem utilizing the core concept of for loops. Remember, because we knew how many times our array, how long our array was, and then the idea of a conditional, looking at the number we're passing in as a parameter, comparing it by accessing every single element in our array, comparing each individual number, and then if those numbers match, incrementing our counter by 1. 3 important ideas for today, wrapping up this third independent.
like if you understand the concept, then you can just code easily. But the thing is, you just have to remember the syntax. Like when you said I in range, and then you did parentheses, then you did length. Like you had to memorize that, or you just was like, oh yeah, you had to type length, and then it won't work.
Yep, and that's one of the cool things you guys will see in the summer, how the foundation which we've learned about in Python, it's going to be hopefully a smooth transition to JavaScript because the concepts are the same. We've learned about, especially early on, we learned about what Python is, how do we write certain stuff, what is a for loop, all the basics. In JavaScript, all we're going to have to do now is learn how do we write it in JavaScript. The concept, the idea is still the same, so that'll be fun. You guys will see how that transition works out in the coming months. But other than that, guys, that'll bring us to the end for today's algorithmic programming. Hopefully you guys had a good time. Stay tuned and stay excited for those summer programs coming up on June 8th. Other than that, we have Video Gaming Hour this Friday. So keep in mind some games and share those on Wednesday and on product development. But other than that, guys, take care. Enjoy the nice weather. See you guys on the next one.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.